When I got out of the military, I had a hard time translating my military experience into the civilian world. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would have been that homeless or impoverished vet. But it can be easier with the right support. I'm Mark Casper, and I'm the Executive Director of Tech4Troops. In today's world, you have to have a computer to be able to apply for jobs. Our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce.
Here at Tech4Troops, we're here to push you forward to get you back to where you want to be in life. When the veterans come in, I teach them everything you could think of that's done with a computer. I want them to feel that this is a tool that's going to help them get their life back.
I went into a kind of a deep depression. Eventually, I lost my job and I was out on the street. The computer was able to connect me to the web, and I was able to start putting resumes out. And you have to have these small building blocks to get from point A to point B. I'm not worried about employment anymore.
The need is great, and we want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
Welcome everybody to Phoenix. We have the new Tech4Troops Cup Series here. I'm Rick Souza, and I'm joined here in the booth by my co-host John DeRudris. Welcome to the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200.
Yeah, Rick, this is going to be a good race here tonight at Phoenix. 200 laps on this tricky triangle, I guess, if you want to consider it a triangle. However you want to consider this very interesting racetrack. You got the dog leg in there, and these next-gen cars, they're always fun to watch here at Phoenix.
Well, we've got nearly 22 entries here tonight for you with the Tech4Troops Cup Series, and we will be able to, let's take a look and just see what the race info is for today.
So tonight we got 200 laps, one quick repair during this 200 lap race. We got 6 sets of tires, which I definitely think you will need, as well as 60% fuel. And my estimates, if I put my Larry McReynolds hat on, I think we're going to have about 53 to 57 laps on a tank of gas, which means these guys will have to pit at least 3 times to make it to the end of this 200-mile event.
So getting on pit road is a little bit tricky here at Phoenix since they've reconfigured this track a bit. So we will have to watch that at that first bit of pit stops. Should be very interesting to say the least. All right, we are almost through with qualifying. There are still some guys on track getting their qualifying laps on. Let's pretty much get an idea as to what we're seeing. Wow, we got a smoking time of 27:86. That is put up there by Alexander Schumacher.
Yep, Schumacher at the top of the board right now, followed by Ryan Pittman, Joey Doucette, Harley Barletta, and Serwick there in the top 5, all separated by 0.2 of a second as we're watching Freddie Durstock in that Cincy Tint Shop Emerald Camaro right around here. We're now looking on board to Hermes Castro. You know, we've talked about him the last couple weeks there, Rick. He's been a strong contender here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. He always kind of starts in the back, tagged wall a little bit there, but today he's qualifying, which I think is a good move for him instead of not, because he always makes his way up to the front.
Why don't we cover maybe the keys to this race, John? I think that'd probably be a good place to talk.
Absolutely. So, key number 1, Rick, you want to conserve your tires. So this track is a very demanding track on the cars, especially on the right side, the right rear. You can see right there with Luke Bullard already relying on that right rear tire to make it around. So that is key number 1. Key number 2, you got to make sure that you master your corner entry. You don't want to dive it in too hard, because that means that you could potentially overdrive the corner. And then third, your corner exit. You do not want to get on the throttle too early here at Phoenix, especially on the long run when your tires are worn, because more times than not, you may be going for a little merry-go-round ride, going round and around, coming off turn 1, or I guess that's technically turn 3, if you want to consider dogleg the corner. So 3 keys to the race: conserve tires, be careful on corner entry, and master corner exit. And that is how you can win tonight in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200.
All right, so the grid is posted. Let's bring up the grid for tonight's race here for the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. On your pole, Alexander Schumacher, that time of 27.865, stuck. On the outside, you got Ryan Pittman in the 08. Joey Doucette is behind your pole sitter in the 11. Harley Barletta on the outside in the 81. Andrew Serwick in the 43 is in 5th. 6th place, Mike Slagter in the 14. The 13 of Austin Armstrong is in the 7th position. 8th is Ty Bostic in the 22. 9th is Marco Berube in the 99. And 10th, John Ledger in the 19.
In P11, you have Ian Ogden there in that number 21 AJM machine, followed by Luke Bullard there in the number 3 car. Kubale Salen there in P13 with the 049. Paul Valenstein in the number 89 there in P14. Rodney Uberpacker, a new name here to the Tech4Troops Cup Series. He is starting in P15. Bradley Previtt in the 91 starting in P16. David Watts starting P17. Freddie Durstock starts in the 18th position, followed by Hermes Castro. He's been a strong runner all season long there, starting in 19th. And in P20, Zachary Allen.
In 21, you've got Sean Shootman in the 37. 22 is Eric Olva in the 52. 24th position is Pete Woodstrom in the number 1. And 26 is Bobby Gibson in the 28. Well, that's our grid. And you're watching our competitors head out to start pacing.
And Rick, it looks like pace car is going to drop down here as we get started for tonight's Tech4Troops Phoenix 200.
Yeah, I think that's the unusual thing about this track. I think they've got to go around a good bit without the pace car to get to that start-finish line.
They do. They're about to enter the Geico restart zone for the inaugural race here for the Tech4Troops sponsor. We are off in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200.
Green flag.
You can already see drivers going 3 and 4 wide down into technically turn 2 or 3, however you want to consider it here at Phoenix. So far, they're using every inch of this mile track.
Well, I think here at Phoenix, the track underwent a reconfiguration. There's the old Phoenix and the new Phoenix, and those front stretch and back stretch flopped. So it's a little bit different if you're used to watching.
Oh, we're wrecking, Rick. We're wrecking.
Caution's out.
Believe that is John Ledger. The number 3 was involved.
Yeah, I also see Pete Woodrum and Luke Bullard, who may be also involved, as well as Paul Valenstein. Let's try to go back and see what we can see. That's the number 1 of Pete Woodrum.
Well, he, if you want to consider it, he avoided the wreck there, Rick.
Yep.
The wreck was in front of him.
I think so. Trying to go back a little bit and see. So this is a tricky track when it comes to dropping off the racing surface. There it is there. Let's back it up a little bit here and try to get a rear far chase shot of this. Let's back it up. All right, let's take this through and see what we see. That's the 3. That's Luke Bullard. The 19 ahead of him is John Ledger. John looks like he lost and then obviously dropped down in front of the 03. That's Paul Valenstein. Looks like his paint's not coming through this evening. He'll just be the white car tonight. So a little bit of carnage.
Here comes the 37 up top. Nowhere to go.
Nope. Nowhere to go.
And here comes the 54 of David Watts. I think he makes it through clean.
He does. They're all just basically coming off around him. So, well, a little bit of action already here. The number of drivers who were involved in this incident are now on pit road. They're getting their repairs made. And we are quickly under caution here at Phoenix. Well, maybe the keys to the race, we probably should put them out so everybody could hear those. As you indicated, that's corner in, corner out is key to getting around this track.
Yeah, it is. And, we saw it right there. It's hard to get around this Phoenix racetrack, especially in these new cars. And it's a problem that we've seen all season long, Rick. It seems like these cars just want it, just the rear end just gets out from underneath you quicker than you're able to realize, especially on cold tires. So we'll see if that becomes a trend here later on in the race.
All right, so we've got Alexander Schumacher currently leading us the way. Ryan Pittman is behind Alexander. We've got Andrew Sherwick. Oh gosh, Sherwick behind him. Hartley Barletta is in 4th. Joey Doucette is in 5th. Mike Slagter is in 6th. Ty Bostic in 7th. And Marco Berube is in 8th. Ian Ogden is in 9th. And Kublai rounds out the top 10.
Got a lot of good cars up here in the front. Joey Doucette, he's already won this season. You got Ryan Pittman there in that NASCAR Racing 08 car. There's Andrew Sherwick in the Jameson number 43. Harley Barletta as well.
There's Joey Doucette behind him in the 11. That's the 14 of Mike Slagter in that Monster Energy.
I believe so.
Marco Berube is in the 99. Lights are off on the pace cars. This field is forming back up to get back to green flag racing. All right, we are set to go back to green flag racing. We're very thankful if you're watching on one of our streams live. We want to get your like and follow on whatever stream so you can stay up to date with what we're doing here at the IWM Broadcast Network, and specifically here with the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200 and the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
Here we go. About to enter the Geico restart zone. Schumacher has control, and Schumacher is off. Green flag racing here again in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. Let's see if they can make it through this track. You can see them all the way going down basically on pit road, essentially. And here comes the 43 of Andrew Surwick on the bottom. You can see some drivers going too wide. I want to give a quick shout out to Angelin on YouTube as well as Jason. Thank you. Angelin says, hey, Rick and John. So, hey, Angelin. Thank you, Jason. Another lap complete here, but we are wrecking again. This is the 54, the 5, and the 3 car.
That's Freddie Durstock, David Watts, and Luke Bullard involved in that incident. Let's see if we can go back and pick that up. We're only 8 laps in.
Here we go, 3 wide. There is Durstock, Bullard, right there. There goes, oh, drove it in too hard, Rick.
Yep, the 54, definitely contact there, and then they came back up, tagged a little bit of damage probably on that 3, but he then goes on and contacts that wall. That's, oh, he made it past the wall. So
he did.
Good for Luke.
Almost backs into the 54 there, but
he did.
No.
Yep. But all right. Well, we are back to a caution. So here we are. Lap number 9 of a scheduled 200 laps. Well, we'll take this opportunity to kind of walk our way back through the field and show your driver. 24 of Zachary Allen there in that Hendricks.com car. Behind Zachary Allen, you've got Pete Woodrum in the number 1. Got the 28 of Bobby Gibson in that Dr. Pepper. 91 of Brad Previtt. The 54 of David Watts, we were just talking about. David is involved in that incident a few minutes ago. Behind David is the 37 of Sean Shootman. The 3 of Luke Bullard is on pit road. We're seeing a number of drivers there trying to take care of some damage while they can. You see the 5 of Freddie Durstock coming off. All right, let's go back to our leader as they're making their way around. Well, are we surprised a bit? Not so much. This is a challenging track. It's a little flat, so you've really got to time your corner entry and exit and work with the car to get through cleanly.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I was mentioning before, is that entry and exit is where you can lose a lot of time, but also gain a lot of time. So you're playing a fine line there between danger and reward. So we'll see how this continues as the lights on the pace car just went out. They are going to go double file, as you can see them all coming around the dog leg right there, and seeing what they can do now on our technically third restart of the race.
Yeah, this is a very interesting track. It really is. You know, the pace car has dropped off, and the comment I'll make is sometimes on this track, slow is fast.
That's very correct, Rick. We'll see what happens.
All right, we are about to go back to green. This is lap 11. Andrew Schumacher is taking them down to the Geico restart zone. And I think we are coming up to the green flag. Green flag.
Green flag. Green, green, green.
All right, as that control car, Andrew just jumps out to it. And he is cutting that corner. You can do that in the dog leg, and in this setup, you can kind of cut that corner a bit. It is risky because you are going to unsettle the car a bit as you drop off into an apron area, then back up onto the racing surface. Will you save time? Probably a little bit, a fraction of a second, but sometimes that's what makes the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a matter of risk versus reward again. We've seen these cars get a little bit damaged when they go down there, so we'll see how many people actually will stay going down beneath that yellow line on the dogleg.
Well, you've got 6 sets of tires, and there's always the additional wear you will build up as you run up and down from apron to racing surface and then back up. So
looks like everybody is above that yellow line this time around. Right along there's Ryan Pittman. He is chasing the number 68 of Schumacher out front as they go side by side right there for P6.
So I think also what you're going to see is you will have some drivers begin to figure out or try to figure out what's their best line around this track. What works best for them?
Oh, we have a car sliding through the infield. He saved it. I believe that was Harley Barletta, the 81. He's able to get back on track all safe and sound. But yeah, like you said, Rick, there are a lot of different lines you can run here at Phoenix. You could try to diamond the corner a little bit. You could try to get an early entry to get a better run off. You could dive it in harder to get a better entry in. I mean, there's just so many different lines you can run here, but the line that I would recommend is one that saves tires. Play the long game here. I mean, I know we've had 2 quick cautions, but I think this race could come down to conserving tires and who's able to be better on the long run.
So we are seeing a group begin to break out a little bit. That's the group of Schumacher, Pittman, Doucette, Surwick, and Slagner. They certainly have jumped out a little bit. Ty Bostic is leading that second group back there a bit. That group back there is Ty Bostic, Ian Ogden, Kublai, Zach Allen, Marco Berube. Harley Barletta is in there as well. Now make our way back to the field. You'll see Harley, you'll see Pete Woodrum back there, Austin Armstrong.
There's Hermes Castro, I believe. No, that's not Hermes Castro. There was Paul Valenstein sliding to the infield. He is.
No, that's the 13. No, that's the 13 of Austin Armstrong.
Oh, that's the other pink car.
Yeah, currently Paul Valenstein has got a paint issue, so he's kind of like in the generic white car for this evening. I
guess so.
I don't think his paint has loaded.
He does not.
So the good news is that Austin wisely was able to get back on the gas, keep that car going, and we did not get a caution.
We did not. So we are going to keep this race caution-free for this particular stint of about going on 10 laps here as we're now back out front here with Schumacher, Pittman, Doucette running 1, 2, 3. And the field's definitely spread out quite a bit now. So we'll see what happens. And we want to thank everybody who is watching along tonight here in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200 and the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Brought to you by, I'm going to say it again, the Tech4Troops. And brought to you by Elite Performance Industries, U-Haul, and a bunch of other sponsors. Jimmy Strong, want to give a shout out to them as well as the 1111 Veteran Project.
So we've been really fortunate here. We've got the Tech4Troops. Tech4Troops is a nonprofit organization that works hard with our veteran community to provide them with not only computers but technical training, and also does a lot of work to keep computers that have been maybe reached their end of life in the corporate world but have plenty of life in them to go out to our military veterans and to help them to find jobs, to get training on software. And so they have come on with kind of a marriage with the iRacing Warrior Motorsports Cup Series and to bring it on as the Tech4Troops Cup Series. And it's just going to be a great partnership. We will be with them for as long as we can see right now, and we're looking forward to this fabulous partnership with this amazing organization.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, Rick. And just to second it, it's a wonderful partnership that we've been able to acquire with them, and awesome things they're doing over there. So if you haven't already, go check them out. on their website. You can learn more about them, and you may see some more. You probably saw the intro video we already had for them, but you may see some more content through them for them throughout the rest of this race. So make sure to stay tuned to learn more about what they're doing for the veteran community. But right now, going back to the front of this field, it looks like Schumacher has kind of let Pittman get a little close to him. This is something that, we see they're running different lines, so this could be the effect of that, but it looks like Ryan Pittman is playing a very consistent game right now, with Schumacher basically staying within 0.3 of a second back of Schumacher over the last 5 laps.
Yeah, and as a whole, and as you notice, they are running a different line. The 08 of Ryan Pittman tends to run that lower groove. Andrew Schumacher is running that middle groove through some of these corners. Frankly, I think that may be the best line from a tire wear perspective, but they're doing a fabulous job coming out. They've got a little bit of a lead, nearly a full second over Doucette, and then second over that out of Surwick. So they've definitely got some distance that they've got between them.
But we have a caution on the track there, Rick.
Yep, I think it's Austin Armstrong. I think there's been another incident with the 13 of Austin Armstrong. Let's see if we can kind of bring it back up. And
we have another incident on the backstretch, too, between the 3 car as well, Rick. We got to go back and look at that. That's Paul Valenstein there in the all-white machine, and then the no-numbered Dr. Pepper car. There's a number on the top, but not on the side.
So let's go back and see what happened to the 13. Looks like he just lost it off the corner. Got into the outside safer barrier. Yeah.
Was he able to keep it off the wall? I mean, he did a good job. I mean, just kind of sliding there.
Unfortunately, he just blocks about 50% of the track as cars are going around him. We'll hang on to him and see if that's part of the ladder incident. Maybe not. Maybe not.
No,
so,
I think the other incident was on the other side of the track where we've seen already 2 or 3 cars wreck. So we have to go back and take a look at what happened with Valenstein there.
So we're highlighting right now Paul Valenstein. It's like, oh, okay. So there, we've got to go back. So, okay. So what we've got to do is come back up with, and we're seeing some folks taking some pit stops. Let's go back and see what happened with Luke Bullard.
Did he just get loose going down beneath that? Yeah, it looks like he got loose cutting the dog leg.
Yep, let's take a little.
You can see it right there already getting out of shape, and he kicks back up the track.
Oh.
And he clips the one of Pete Woodrum, and then there comes
Paul Valenstein and gets doored. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then there's a Dr. Pepper car.
And that's the 28 right inside of Paul Valenstein. So very, well, I think that's what we talked about earlier, is that when you do go off the racing surface and you wind up transitioning from that flat part of the racing surface to the banked area, it unsettles the car. It just happens. All right, so we are back. This is lap 173. We are under our 3rd caution of the evening. You are watching the Tech4Troops Cup Series here at Phoenix. And we've got, we're just watching. Basically, our cautions have all been because getting that car a bit unsettled. And for the most part, and correct me if I'm mistaken, I think it's the dogleg has played havoc here with these drivers.
Yeah, I mean, the dogleg has been the deciding factor in all, or been the common factor, rather, in all of these cautions. You know, you've seen the 13 spin, you've seen the 3 spin, you've seen the 19. I mean, it's been the place where you have to watch out, and it's where your car is the most unsettled. So yes, you're correct, and it's not like anything else that you would see in a typical race, because unless you're talking about, you know, Kansas, a wide sweeping track where you can dip down. I mean, not even Texas, but you have Kansas on the track where you can go below that white line, but it's not as big of a dip as going from a banked surface right there down to almost a, you know, halfway bank between that and the flat surface, going back up on the apron and coming back up on the track. And there's basically 3 different degree of track, or 3 tracks, or 3. You know what I'm trying to say, Rick. Gosh, I can't talk.
Sure.
Yeah,
so,
there's just so much room for error there, honestly.
So we just brought up the graphic, which kind of gives the viewers a little bit of an overview of what this track looks like. And certainly you can see at that red line, which is that start-finish line, that that's that wide spot. So pace car is off. We're about to go back to green flag racing, and we'll see that 68 lead them down through that backstretch as we come around, and we're almost back to green.
Yes, we are. Here we go. About to get back into the restart zone. That Mountain Dew number 68 of Schumacher leading them down. Here they go into the Geico restart zone, and we are off. Green flag racing again, 30 of 200 complete tonight. And see, there he goes. He's down, and he's making up a lot of ground right there as the field starts to fan out.
Absolutely. He's got that transition down very well. And, that just takes practice. If you spent some time here at the track, and, that's like Freddie Durstock. Yep, the 5 of Durstock is, he tagged the wall, but caution has not come out, so we'll hope to stay green here.
Looks like some more cars cutting the dog leg.
Yep. Looks like there's a little bit of a challenge for second. That's Joey Doucette moving in the second over Ryan Pittman. Behind Joey is the 43 of Andrew Surwick.
Yeah, more battles basically from 5th on back. I mean, it is just a wasp's nest of cars. And we're going 3 wide. Oh, the 14 almost gets into there. We're going 3 wide, going through the dog leg.
That's the 43. That's the 43.
He's coming back up the track. Watch out, guys. And brought out the caution. I don't think they heard me, Rick. Or maybe they did. I don't know. I thought I yelled loud enough. I don't think... Did he collect anybody?
I don't think so. I think the 13 was in the most danger. The 13 has seen a lot of incidents tonight. He's just had a tough start to this race, but he was able to drive below him and get around. We can go back and see just what we were noticing, that he was, again, in that flat part of the track, comes up, holds it, and unfortunately he tries to keep it, but slides up the racing surface. No one touches him. And then the 13 slips by, barely around him. Wow.
It looks like we have leaders coming down pit road right now. Rick, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th on back is coming down. They have a couple takers that are staying out. So here we go, lap 34. We've got a lot of people down pit road, a lot of people that are going to stay out right now. So we have multiple strategies going on, which puts Zachary Allen in the 24 up in the lead.
And this is a long pit road. This is really, as a driver, this is maddening as you're coming down at a very slow pace to get all the way around pit road.
It is, and we'll see who's able to get off pit road first here tonight.
That was quite synchronized tire changing on these cars.
Yeah, very nice. Pit crews are all in sync, but here comes, there they go, they're all off. And the 68 wins that battle off pit road. He will not be the leader, so this is going to put him a little bit further back. So this may be something that we have to look out for, is these guys with fresher tires coming around and passing these guys that may not have as fresh tires as the 68 and the 08, the 11 there.
No, right now the 24 of Zachary Allen takes over that lead position, followed by Harley Barletta in the 81. Mike Slagler moves up to 3rd. Marco Berube is in 4th. Bobby Gibson is in 5th. Pete Woodrum is now in 6th. Brad Previtt in 7th. Luke Bullard in that Mountain Dew 3, Sundrop 3 is in 8th. Alexander Schumacher is now in 9th as these leaders work their way back into the order. Ryan Pittman is in 10th. Joey Doucette is in 11th. Ian Ogden in 12th, Kublai in 13th, Ty Bostic in 14th, and Sean Schupman in 15th.
We appreciate everybody who is watching tonight on wherever you're watching, and we just greatly appreciate the support that we have gotten so far, and we would love to build our community of sim racing, iRacing lovers here on the IWM Broadcast Network. So make sure to give this broadcast a like and a subscribe so we could grow and reach more people who could be interested in what Tech4Troops does, what the 1111 Veteran Project does, as well as what we're doing here in the IWM Broadcast Network. Because we have multiple leagues going on, right, Rick? We got this really cool Super Speedway League going on every Tuesday nights that I got to say, that league is phenomenal to watch. 3-wide, Talladega, no cautions. Not always, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, it's amazing. That league is just it's a great spectator. As a broadcaster watching it, I have to keep reminding myself I'm here to commentate because I enjoy just watching.
Exactly. So, looks like the pace car has turned off his lights, and we're going to be going back to green flag racing with 164 to go here in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. And your new leader, Zachary Allen, Harley Barletta, Mike Slapper there, Berube, all these guys have been up front at some point this season. So we'll see what happens as that 24 car is going to be the control car for the restart.
Zachary Allen takes them down the backstretch and coming back to the start-finish line. Harley Barletta is on the outside. Here we go.
Geico restart zone, and we're off. Green flag racing here again in the Tech4Troops 200.
3 wide, back of the pack. Oh, car on the wall.
That is the 89 of Paul Valentine's coming back up the track, and it's in the Freddie Durstock.
Nope, he has towed back out. Let's just try and see what we can. All right, let's take a look at this and see what we see. Whoa, that was odd.
It's like it just snapped on him.
Let's go inside and see what we see from the driver's perspective. Oh, okay. Paul's driving a Ford. That does make it a little bit challenging. Not sure we've got that camera angle and that in-car for that Ford. Just watch and see what we see. All right, so just going in slow-mo here. He's just working his way up.
It looked like he was already sliding, though, Rick, on the exit of the dog leg and just overcorrected right back into the 13 of Austin Armstrong, who seems to not be able to get out of the way of anything tonight. I mean, he's been involved in almost every incident, not to his doing for some of them, but you'll see that white car of Valenstein coming right back up the track, and here comes Freddie Durstock, nowhere to go, tags him in the left rear, and both those cars up into the turn one wall.
That's unfortunate. All right, so see, I think there was maybe another incident here. Let's just go back and watch it from David Watt's perspective. He was kind of coming up on top of these guys back here, trying to slow down. I think that's what he slows down significantly to avoid the wreck.
Yep, good move by Mr. Watts there.
All right, so we are back.
And gonna mention a comment. We have a great driver with Christopher Howell saying you can't stand on the gas running in the dog leg, and I agree there, Rick. You cannot stand on the gas entirely through the dog leg, especially on a restart. You got to be able to give your car a little bit of time to settle in a little bit, because that dog leg is tricky. As we've seen tonight.
Well, the lights are off on top of the pace car. I think we're about to go back to green flag racing. We're at lap 41 of a scheduled 200. 1/5 of this race is complete.
And here we go. You can see right there, Ryan Pittman, the 5th car in the bottom line, Schumacher, the 4th car in the top line. They are fresh tires and ready to go to the front. We'll see what they're able to do as the number 24 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet of Zachary Allen leads them down here into turn 3, technically. Geico restart zone, and we're off. Outside lane, no restart there. Gonna stack up the field going into the dog leg. And we may have some 3 and 4 wide action, Rick. No, they start to double file as we see a car going all the way down to the bottom. That's a 25 of Hermes Castro trying to find any grip that he can.
That's such a dangerous line to take down there. You've got the entrance to pit road right there at the very corner of that turn.
We have a lot of cars right here, Rick, going into the dog leg. We'll see what happens as they make their way through. And we have a caution.
Looks like Ian Ogden and Andrew Surwick were involved. Let's see if we can try to see what happened with these guys.
It's the same thing that just happened. I mean, that's I mean...
That's very odd.
Same spot, same reaction. He goes down just like Ballenstein did to the bottom. His car, you can tell, is a little bit out of shape right there. He overcorrects or tries to correct it and just shoots him right back up the track into the 43. I mean, literally, that is called synchronized wrecking. I mean, back-to-back cautions. So that dog leg is pretty dangerous there, Rick.
It sure is. Yeah, we're definitely seeing that here. That's unfortunate. So, all right, that was an incident with Ian Ogden and Andrew Surwick. We are back under yellow flag conditions. Well, why don't we take this opportunity and go to commercial. We'll be back shortly. Thank you for watching the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers to get back in the workforce. We want to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. We are currently under yellow flag conditions. We are in our 6th caution of the night. Lights are about to go off on top of that pace car, and we'll get back to green flag racing.
Yeah, Rick. You know, we didn't have a over under for the cautions tonight, but
let me try and see if we can raise Ian Ogden on the in-car radio.
Cool, let's do it.
Ian, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thanks, bud.
Hey, what happened?
Dude, I have no idea. This, I don't know if it's this car, this setup. I know it's the fixed setup, so I don't know. But I just went in through the dog leg there, like I normally have been, and it just got loose and overcorrected, and into the wall we went.
Well,
That's something that... Go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, you're not the first person that we've seen do the exact same thing. The car just seems to be unsettled in that transition.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't try to cut the dog leg itself. I just went through normal. I don't know. It's funky.
Does it seem to be doing that on corner exit as well? Because we've seen some guys get a little loose coming off the corner too.
Yeah, so I don't know how much you guys know about this car as far as like the real world version of it, but it does have a locked rear end, or a locker rear end, so it drives the left rear tire on the accelerator. So once you get that right rear heated up, I'm trying to drive off the corner, it just gets snappy loose.
All right, well, the lights are off on the pace car. We'll let you get back to it. Good luck, and hope to talk to you later.
Appreciate it. It's a long race, so we got plenty of time.
Yep. All right, that's Ian Ogden who's involved in this incident that brought this caution. Good perspective from the driver in car. So lights are off on the pace car, and hopefully back to green flag racing momentarily.
Yeah, and for these guys that didn't pit, I mean, more time in the sunshine for them, because that 24 car has been out front this entire time as those leaders were making their way back through the field. But the 08 of Pittman is in 6th. The 68 of Schumacher is in 9th and 10th. Doucette's there too. Here we go back into the restart zone in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. And we are green flag racing again here tonight, or today, technically, if you consider the track. So here we go. Car's getting all the way through that dog leg. Here we go down.
Oh, contact
Whoa.
with our leaders.
Wrecking all over the field, Rick. That is the big one. That is the big one here tonight.
Lots of contact, lots of guys involved.
There's a broken toe link. It looks like on the right front of the 5, maybe. I couldn't tell. That thing looked all out of shape.
We are going to have to unpack that one. That was, we saw the initial contact up at the front. That's pretty far in the back. Let's go.
I think it happened a little bit further, because there's Freddie Durstock that was caught up in it, but I think it happened way ahead of him. Yeah, right there. I think it's 68-3.
Well, the 81 was involved with Harley Barletta. Let's back it up a bit. I think this is what precipitated as these leaders got in the second and third place position. They got together, and
Looks
then
like Harley just drove it in deep.
Yep, definitely.
I mean, it's weird. It's almost like he didn't have any brakes. I mean, he drove it in so hard into the corner, Rick, that it just makes me wonder, did something happen with the car? But as you can see right there, that is the 08 of Brian Pittman in the right corner screen spinning. So it looks like that's Joey Doucette too.
Let's get a far chase shot of this, and let's play it.
Ooh, 3 gets in the 08.
Yep, I think that may have.
And then the 11 got into the 3. Then here comes the rest of the field. Just nowhere to go. I mean, literally just nowhere to go for the field. Some good wreck avoidance there by a lot of driver. Oh, close.
Yep, little contact here and there. So, all right. So we've got a lot of banged up race cars here. We are back under caution at lap 50, 1/4 of the way through. Got a lot of damaged cars out there. Hopefully this league does allow you to have one quick repair. Quick repair will basically repair all the damage that's done to your vehicle. It won't change your tire. You got to change those on your own, but certainly it will fix the damage. Now, that being said, you've got one. And if some of these incidents are relatively minor, mostly body work, and here at Phoenix, aero is not as important as it is on a super speedway, but if it does damage, for example, as you heard John mention earlier, a toe link or a piece of the suspension, then that needs to be repaired. You will not be able to continue. So
Exactly, but we're already double file again, ready to get this race back underway. And that 68 of Alexander Schumacher, he's looking to reclaim that lead as they get down to the restart zone. We're off. And the outside road did not go. That number 99 car, I believe, was not in the right gear, Rick.
Yeah, he definitely held up the car behind him.
Oh, we're wrecking again. Is that going to bring out a caution? I saw a car sideways. Looks like we're staying green. And we're 3 wide going right here. It's not going to work. No, maybe it does.
That's
too close to call.
oh, yeah, yep. And you know, you're watching those drivers take that line down. Reckon again. That's the
Oh,
99.
Back up the track, watch out.
Oh, that's definitely a toe link issue on the 99. That car's got some damage. Well, I guess we could wind that back. Let's take a look and see what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming out of the dog leg, Rick. I mean, it seems like every caution has been involving this dog leg. It's the same thing. If we could get a far chase shot of that one car, it's the same thing that we've seen.
That's exactly it. And unfortunately, collects a 37. The 049 was involved. Sean Shubin was involved. Luke Bullard was involved. Marco Berube saw. Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's just that corner. I mean, and it's odd because you would think it'd be the guys that are cutting the dog leg, but every time it hasn't. It's been the guys that have not been cutting the dog leg. It's just wild to me, Rick. I mean, I've driven these cars here in Phoenix, and this just seems bizarre.
Yeah, and we're not picking on a particular driver. Some of these guys that have wrecked have, just excellent experience. It's just it's happening to everybody. So
yeah, it is.
Well,
and it happens sometimes in these fixed setup leagues. The Tech4Troops Cup Series is a fixed league, which means that you cannot alter the setup at all, and everybody has the same setup. So it levels the playing field. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the drivers having the same issue here tonight with simply losing it out of the dog leg. I mean, and that's not, we're not picking on any drivers. I mean, this seems to be an issue across almost every car. I mean, we've seen almost every car get loose tonight.
Yep, absolutely. And this is the iRacing setup, so it's not like there's a custom setup here that we can point some fault back on a configuration issue. This is what iRacing has released for this track. So, well, here we are. We are on lap 56, and we are living in our 8th caution. I was about to say 7th. They are piling up. We are at 8 cautions here.
We are, and it's bound. You're bound to see some green flag stops. We're about to see some pit stops probably for some of these guys, because right now it's looking like this is not going to stop. Here comes a couple takers down pit road, but it just looks like there's a mix of just looseness in specific areas of the track. Now, I mean, this could be correlated obviously to the setup, practice. I mean, there's so many different factors here tonight. But it's definitely, the dog leg has become typically it's the turn 2 monster, Rick, but tonight it's been the dog leg monster. So the dog has bitten a lot of cars as the pace car has turned its lights off, about to go green flag racing again.
Well, and that's a unique fact about this track. That dog leg is a challenge, and unless you put in the time to figure out how your car is going to respond, not just turning a lap or 2 in practice, but maybe prior to the race, some significant time to figure it out, because it's not easy.
Exactly. And that could even be pushing your car past the limit to know what that limit is. To see, okay, can I drive full throttle through the dog leg? Yes or no? Okay, if I can't.
So we're about to go back to green. The tail end of this field has not really formed back up well, but they're going to get caught behind here as this green flag is about to wave.
Here we go. 24 is still out front, followed by the 25, and the 68 is going really high as we're about to get back into the Geico restart zone. We are off. Green flag racing again here at Phoenix. Lap 58 up
so the
200.
13 was up by the wall there. Didn't contact it, but certainly it's a little scary.
Just a little bit. Here comes the 25. That is Hermes Castro. The guy that I was talking about has been very good recently here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. He is putting that 24 machine under attack, and he gets right underneath that 24 machine. He's going to battle him for the lead.
Interesting, Zachary Allen, who's in that 24 up front, he last pitted on lap 27. Hermes Castro on lap 39, so his tires are a little bit fresher, and he's able to
go right there.
Oh yeah, he's driving under. Now right on his heels is that 68 of Alexander Schumacher.
And he's trying to find a place to go. Looks like the inside is definitely the preferred line. There goes the 25 to the lead. New leader tonight is Hermes Castro, but don't look too far. That 24 wants the lead back as he goes down. Close racing there between those two drivers.
Oh, a little bit of bobble there with the 24. It was close.
It was.
Yeah, we were watching 3 and 4 wide in the back. There's a lot of action happening in the back as well. A lot of position changes.
And a caution, Rick.
Looks like Luke Bullard may have lost it. We'll try to go back to Luke. That's not a good sign right there. Let's try to see what happened to Luke. Any guesses as to what happened here? Where's your money?
Yeah, does it start with an L and end with an E? Because I believe he got loose. Oh, no, he got tapped.
It's a little bit of contact by the 21 of Ian Ogden. And then...
Big contact there. That is with Bobby Gibson.
Yep. Spun him around. So.
Yep.
All right.
So I apologize, Luke. I did not want to assume that you got loose on your own, but, you know, based on what we've seen tonight, loose has been the story of the race. You know, but you definitely got a little bit of contact there from the rear that assisted you on the way around Phoenix. So we'll see how this plays out, Rick. You know, this is getting into interesting territory with as many cautions as we had, as many quick repairs that have probably been used, as many laps that have been run on these set of tires. I mean, you saw the 24, he's running P2. He's on, what, 40-lap old tires? You have the 25, that's on 30-lap old tires, roughly. And then you have the 68 of Alexander Schumacher, who's on fairly fresh tires, because if you remember, we really haven't had a green flag run since he's come down pit road.
Yeah, so we've got a number of drivers who are out. That's David Watts and the 52 of Ulva. The 37 is in the pits for an extended amount of time trying to get repairs made. I think the same goes with a number of other drivers as we try to get this show back on the road, so to speak.
Exactly, and I just want to give this a shout out to everybody who is watching tonight. There's a lot of you out there, and we appreciate everybody who is watching along, no matter what platform you are on, supporting the Tech4Troops Cup Series, the IWM Broadcast Network, and supporting your drivers out here tonight. So I want to give you a shout out to all the fans that are out there, and to make sure to give all of our sponsors a look, whether it's Tech4Troops, the 1111 Veteran Project, U-Haul, Elite Performance Industries, any of our sponsors here. We want to give you, give them thanks and you thanks for watching, and check them out. See what they're all about. So, Rick, 63 in, 9 cautions.
I'm not even going to guesstimate how many we're going to have. I think this track has certainly bitten a number of these drivers pretty hard. It's just going to take some settling down and anticipating the fact that car is a bit unsettled. Christopher Howell on YouTube is estimating 25. I'm hoping that's not the case, but lights are off on the pace car. We're about to go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, Chris, if there's 25 cautions tonight, man, I don't know if this race is going to finish under what I raced house. Because we're kind of entering that territory a little bit, but I think we'll be good. I think we'll be totally fine. So, and yeah, I'd rather be racing. That's awesome. I mean, I need to race with you too there, buddy. get back in some races with you, maybe on some Monday nights. Anyways, we're going back to green here. 64 out of 200 complete in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. You see the field has gotten all lined up. You see a little bit of a distance there, about 10th on back. But new leader Castro is leading the field tonight. And we are green flag racing again for the 10th restart, technically, if you want to consider it a restart here at Phoenix. There goes the 25. There goes the 68 down to the bottom side of the dog leg as they go into turn 1.
Those guys have used that dog leg masterfully and have been able to manage that looseness of the car throughout these past 65 laps.
Yes, they have.
I see a car in the wall.
Yep, that I don't know who it is.
That's Bobby Gibson.
Bobby Gibson is in the wall.
But he's kept it going forward, pointing in the right direction, so no caution has come out.
Definitely looks like he has some right front damage, but looks like he's able to be all good there. Here we go, back up to the leaders. Hermes Castro leading your race tonight. I mentioned him before. He's done a masterful job being up front here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. There, oh, watch out. That is Luke Bullard there in the number 3 machine.
Well, and that's part of the challenge with this open dog leg like this. When that car comes off, he is pretty much coming right onto the exit of pit road, and that is that's a challenge.
It definitely is, and you're seeing it right there. I mean, that could be even a 4th key to the race. Pit road entry here is terrible. I mean, if you know anything about this track, the corner that they're going in right now is such a touchy corner with the throttle. You have to almost feather it through. Trying to get down to the bottom side of the track to pit is tough, as you see right there, the 24 getting loose off corner exit. But here comes the 68 machine, though, Rick. He is looking to recapture the lead.
That's the 68 of Alexander Schumacher on the tail of Hermes Castro.
Here he goes. He's definitely, playing it out, seeing what the 25 is going to do. That 68 definitely has better tires, as you can tell right there, driving off the corner. Here they go side by side down the old front stretch, down into turn 3. Here comes Alexander Schumacher back up to the lead. Castro leads that lap.
That was like
on the 68.
Yeah, he held him off, but that may not last as he looks for other opportunity to take that over. Now, we are only here at lap 70. These guys last pitted on lap 39 for Castro, 34 for Schumacher.
I believe that this 68 machine is purely setting up the 25. I mean, watching what the 68's been able to do, I think he may get him here on this next lap. He's been definitely setting up his run to carry momentum right through this portion of the track. So you may see him dip down to the bottom here, coming off a corner exit to try to set him up, and there he does, going down beneath the 25. Here they go. Is this the pass for the lead? And it looks like it will be. New leader tonight, number 68. Well, not new. He was lead before. Alexander Schumacher.
Alexander Schumacher in the 68 takes over the lead here at Phoenix in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200 on lap 72. We expect to see these guys at some point in the next 10 laps. Look for that pit road to get some more Sunoco fuel and another set of Goodyear tires.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to, a little loose there. He got down on the apron, which you do. That is, getting down on the apron at that portion of the track there, Rick, you are almost destined to lose your car. So good save there by the 65. But as we were talking, those tires are paying off for that number 68 machine as he is checking out. Already over a 1-second lead on the number 25 machine of Hermes Castro.
Well, I think it was probably more of saving tires because he's got 5 laps to the good over Hermes Castro. But again, it comes down to, what line you're running, how aggressively you're driving, and how you're best saving tires.
It definitely does. And right now, looking on board. There's the 25 going around, still losing a little bit of time.
Oh,
And there's
oh.
24 getting loose. He's getting in the inside wall. I think he's able to keep it down there, though. That is 24 of Zachary Allen. He's able to keep it down on the bottom side of the track. Definitely heavy contact with that inside wall, but he is still loose.
So Zachary,
Bring that car in.
well, Zachary Allen last pitted on lap 27. So
Wow.
he has got a lot of miles on those tires.
Yeah, he definitely needs to come down soon because he needs to continue losing time to the leader. And, you know, right now, if he were to pit, based off of my fuel calculations, it looks like he'd have to pit again on lap 129 and lap 182. So either way, he's going to have to pit twice, and I believe everybody here is going to have to pit twice, no matter what. So we'll see if he brings his number 24 Chevrolet down pit road.
So
But
here's the challenge with that, John, as we've seen already. Getting onto pit road here and then your pit time and then getting off, you're going to lose nearly a full minute. You're definitely going to lose at least one lap, maybe more, just getting around pit road. And we've had so many cautions to date. You've got to hope that you can maybe hang on and wait for a caution to come out. But doing it under green flag conditions, you've got to hope that it stays green for a while so that everybody's in the same situation. Unfortunately, when you are off cycle like he is, lap 27, and he is the only car, he's the top in that circumstance. Now, he's got the oldest set of tires out there at this time.
We'll see if he comes down pit road anytime soon. He is now running in the 11th position, up from 20th. And right now, our biggest mover of the race has been Hermes Castro there, up 17 positions from P19 up to second right now, slowly making his way back up to that number 68 machine of Alexander Schumacher. So we'll see what happens. But as it stands right now, let's kind of make our way through the field. You know, Alexander Schumacher is in P1, Hermes Castro in P2. You have Ty Bostic there out of Rockingham, North Carolina, rocking that New York Yankees number 22 machine. He is in P3, followed by the number 43 J machine of Andrew Sherwick out of Detroit, Michigan. In P5, your previous race winner here, not at Phoenix, but in this series, he won a couple races ago. Joey Doucette in that veteran, or 1111 veteran project Camry, followed by his teammate Harley Barlett out of Rochester, New York, in the other 1111 project car. You have Mike Slatker as well in that Monster Energy number 14, riding around there in P7. Ian Ogden there in P8. That is the 89 in front of him in the all-white car. He is not racing for position, but that's Ian Ogden out of Chester, Virginia. Kublai Salen there. He is driving the only Audi in the field. He is driving in P9 right now, up a couple positions from P13. And there's Ryan Pittman making his way back up through the field, now in P11, passing Zachary Allen there in the, or not my bad, not Zachary Allen. He is
Rodney, 26. They've got the.
Yeah, it's Rodney Uberpacker. He is now back to 11th out of Eugene, Oregon. So new face here. Pete Woodrum, not a new face here to the Tech4Troops Cup Series in that No Bull Winston number 1. He is in 12th, followed by John Ledger, the other veteran, 1111 veteran project Camry. Oh, loose.
I think I think Zachary Allen may have crashed again. I could be wrong. Let's just.
Same thing, Rick. I'm surprised that did not bring out a caution.
Well, I guess he's off the racing surface, so that probably kept it from coming out.
Why. Yeah, he definitely needs some fresh Goodyears after that. There's John Ledger going back. He's in 13 right now in that number 19 machine. In P14, you have Bradley Previtt. He is the last car on the lead lap in that number 91 machine right there. Luke Bullard there. He is in 1 lap down, he would be the free pass car, followed by Marco Berube there in P16. Here comes Zachary Allen for those tires. He's in P17, 1 lap down, but my guess he may be 3 laps down after he makes his way on and off the pit road.
Yeah, there's nothing. All right.
Did he get tires?
We didn't watch the whole pit stop. I'm assuming he may have. I think he had his stall was at the entrance to pit road. So.
Gotcha. Okay, so Zachary Allen is showing now 2 laps down. But there's the number 13 machine of Austin Armstrong. He is in P18 right now. We've seen him in some unfortunate incidents earlier in the race. Freddie Durstock, P19, 4 laps down, still riding around there in that Emerald. Since he tinched up in, he gets a little bit loose, and I'm going to get off of him really quick because broadcaster's curse. Paul Valenstein there, he is riding around 6 laps down in 20th. Shout out for him for sticking around. There's Bobby Gibson in that Dr. Pepper number 28 in 21st, 20 laps down.
All right, that's pretty much our guys that are currently active in the race. Let's go back and see where we are up front, and we get a little bit of a challenge for the lead.
Here we go. The 25 is back to the bumper of that 68, and it looks like he's going to clear him coming off the corner. New leader again, Hermes Castro, making that dogleg work, reclaims the lead from the 68 machine of Alexander Schumacher.
They're coming up on some lap traffic, and that's Freddie Durstock in the 5 in front of those leaders.
Here we go. They're going to be side by side, I believe, when they get back to this number 5 machine, because that 25 took a high line, which is not going to work, which is going to give the 68 almost a clear shot at the lead. Yeah, and he takes it there. And here comes the 25 trying to get around Freddie Durstock. 68 overdrives the corner and off the wall, which is going to allow the 25 to get back to the bumper of that 68 machine. That's
Freddie
loose, and he saves it. Good save, Freddie.
Good save, Freddie. Close there. And again, it's that part of the track where it's just so easy to get loose.
Let's see if we can ride on board with the 25 machine. Since he is a Chevrolet, I believe we have those camera angles, and see what a lap around Phoenix looks like here. So here we go. A lot of wheel into it, you could already tell.
So some debate early on whether these guys would be shifting through this track. Right now we're not seeing that. Mr. Castro is keeping it in 5th gear, but there is definitely a little bit of wiggle as he's beginning to fight this car a bit through these corners.
There definitely is.
Oh,
and,
he's having a counter steer.
Yep, here comes the 24 machine on fresh tires. So 24 is looking to get back on at least one of his laps back, which obviously that will happen. He has the freshest tires on the track. You know, Rick, which may work out to his advantage, because he just got 1 lap back right there. So when these leaders have to pit, Rick, did he become the leader?
Well, that lap was a 28.68 by Zachary Allen. These leaders are turning a 30, so he's got a 2-second advantage nearly. And you can see Hermes Castro fighting that car, having to counter steer his way through.
And look how far that 24 has cleared the leader there of Alexander Schumacher. So we may see something happen now. Zachary Allen is showing 1 lap down. But with the leaders coming down pit road, this may fare very well for that 24 machine, actually.
Absolutely. So we've got definitely these guys, Alexander Schumacher, Hermes Castro. They're in, let's just say, for example, it's lap 39. If we just do some very simple math, that's about 55 laps. Am I correct on that?
Yes. That is, yep, right around 55. So they should be coming down pit road, I think, within the next 10 laps, because we have to remember, Rick, caution laps as well. So I'm envisioning them coming down pit road maybe within the next 10 laps, I would say, so about lap 105.
So one of the things I have noticed, I'm sure you picked up on it as well, is as these drivers have more wear on their tires, the guys up front are no longer cutting that dog leg. They're taking the more conservative approach around this track.
Yeah, no, you have to do that. I mean, there's no way around it, and that's what's going to burn up your tires. And Christopher Howell over on YouTube made a great point. He says driving it 25 is driving it in a little bit too deep in 1 and 2. He burned his stuff up, and I was noticing that too. The 25 was having a much higher line than the rest of the drivers on the track. So Chris, I think you're spot on right there. But yes, Rick, I agree. As the race goes on, no one's going to be cutting that dog leg because of the loose conditions and because of the tire wear. So we'll see if that holds true, if that trend is consistent with the rest of the race here tonight with 104 to go in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. We thank you for watching along with us and tuning into the broadcast here tonight. We have a great new title sponsor, Tech4Troops, coming along with us here in iRacing Warriors Motorsports, so we're very happy to bring them along. So give them a look, see what they're all about. They do great things for the veteran community involving technology and jobs. So go check them out as we're now down to 103 to go here tonight. And just got to say, Rick, if you're all enjoying what you're watching out here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series, make sure to give this broadcast a like and give us a subscribe if you're new to the broadcast. Here comes the 08 of Ryan Pittman down pit road, though. And just as he loves new tires, we love new subscribers. So we would love for you to join the iRacing Warriors Motorsports Broadcast Network as a subscriber. We want to grow this community as well as supporting all of our wonderful sponsors that have teamed up with iRacing Warriors Motorsports. So here comes Ryan Pittman down pit road in the 08. He's one of the first takers down pit road out of this front lead group. We'll see how this plays out.
And certainly, as you're watching, we've taken this opportunity to take the whole ride with him through down pit road, and it is agonizingly long. So we watch Ryan pick up a full tank of fuel and new tires. We'll jump back up with our leaders because we expect to see them very soon.
I mean, they probably have to come down, any time now. My prediction was lap 105, so we'll see if that trend holds true.
We are currently at the halfway point here at the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. I'm Rick Souza, and I'm joined here in the booth by my co-host, John DeRudris, and we're here to bring this race to you here at Phoenix. We've seen definitely some challenging racing here at Phoenix. This track has boggled these drivers a bit, especially with this dogleg, and we've definitely seen them settle down a bit. It's been a while. We've been really just some safer approach. Looks like Castro is now on pit road.
Yes, he is one of those front runners. And
Ty Bostic.
Yep, making their way down pit road. Bobby Gibson says, boys, his car is like a stale Dr. Pepper. Ain't no good. Loose as a goose. We would like to agree that these cars are very loose here tonight at Phoenix.
Okay, Hermas Castro, Kublai, Pete Woodrum, and Alexander Schumacher is now coming in. Oh, he spun!
He spun! I think we said that at the same time, Rick. Yeah,
Whoa, no, I think that was
That was a 68.
That was a 68. That's unfortunate. That certainly didn't help him. You're also seeing the 99 come in. That's
And,
Marco Berube.
Yep, we'll see how this plays out for the rest of the leaders. As Barletta is now down pit road, Ogden's down pit road, which is going to put Joey Doucette up in second with Andrew Surwick, your leader. Here comes the 1111 Veteran Project Toyotas down this long Phoenix pit road. Here comes Joey Doucette, the 11. He is making his way down pit road as well. Just got confirmation over the radio.
That's Mike Slagder as well, going down with them with, and that's the 99 headed back out, as well as Ty Bostic. It's like a slight overshot on the Barletta pit, but they're taking their tires and fuel.
And the field is going to be all jumbled up after this, with Andrew Surwick still out there in the lead.
Well, I know Andrew Surwick is now coming down pit road. So we're going to have to let the timing tower and the scoring pylons be able to kind of reset this field, because we've got a lot of guys currently making their way around. And
yeah, we'll just have to just wait and see, Rick. So there's a beautiful Phoenix Raceway. You see the cactus in there as the flags stand. And we have a caution. Oh, no! This is going to be tragic for those cars that were on pit road, but I think everybody was able to get off pit road.
that was Mike Slagder, Austin Armstrong, Rodney Uberpacker was stuck there. I think Bobby Gibson's still on pit road trying to get his car fixed. Looks like Zach Allen may have spun. Let's try to see what happened to Zach here.
It's that same spot, Rick.
No surprise. Yep, unfortunately. Oh, yep. So with that, caution comes out here. It is lap 107. This is our 10th caution of the night. But that now puts Hermas Castro back on top with Ryan Pittman. Ian Ogden is currently showing now in third. Got a little bit of damage on that left side of that 21.
And it looks like this is going to not really work out there for Zachary Allen because of the caution that happened because of him. You know, his tires are a little bit worn now. I mean, he definitely flat spotted them, so he may have to come in and use another set of tires, which you would not want to do. But right now, Rick, you know, everybody came down pit road about lap 103 to 107. So with that math, that means people are going to be coming down lap 156 or lap 160, which should make you good to go for the end of the race. So all these drivers should be able to make it on one more stop. But that'll be dependent on, okay, are there cautions? Are people going to get involved in wrecks? I mean, there's always the possibility of that. So we'll see what happens here tonight. But I'm predicting if this goes green, one more green flag stop.
All right, let's see if we can pull Andrew Surwick to the broadcast booth. Let me just see if we can raise him on the radio. 1 second. Andrew, got your ears on? This is a broadcast booth.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you doing out there?
I am sweating like crazy, that's for sure.
It certainly is a tricky track tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's been a tough one. Got caught up in an earlier wreck, so just kind of just recovering from that. But that green flag run was nice. I was hoping we could have gone longer, but you know, it happens.
So
gotcha.
I want to ask a specific question about corner exit and especially the dog leg. We've spoken to another driver that said that the dog leg was loose everywhere out of the corners. No matter where you are on this track, it's getting loose. Are you experiencing the same thing?
Yeah, and as the runs get longer, it gets worse and worse every single lap. I was lifting through the dog leg through the last maybe 10 laps of that run before pitting.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
Looks like Christopher Howell was right there, Rick.
Yep.
Lifting through the dog leg may be the way to go. But anyways, Mr. Sherwick, good luck in the rest of the race tonight. You got 91 to go, so just over halfway. And best of luck out to there and your tires because they'll need it.
Oh yeah, they'll need it for sure, man. Thank you guys.
Andrew, remind me of your team again.
Apollo Racing Club.
You got it. All right. Thank you again. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. That was Andrew Surwick. The pace car has now dropped off. We're about to go back to Green Flag Racing here at Phoenix.
Here we go. 12 cars on the lead lap. That lead car's in the Geico restart zone. We're off. Green Flag Racing. Hermes Castro wasting no time.
Well, we've got fresh tires, so we've got to be a little bit cautious here. Get some heat in these tires as these guys just diving through that dog leg. I guess their confidence is back up after getting fresh rubber.
And what I'm going to be curious to see is how these cars are going to react to this dog leg the next time. We have seen numerous wrecks. Probably about 50% of our wrecks happen on lap 2 after a restart. Coming out of the dog, a little loose there for 25. Right here, we'll see if there's a caution. See if anybody gets loose.
Oh, wrecking. I think the Freddie Durstock got tagged and spinning with the 14 of Mike Slagter. The caution did not come out. A number of guys were involved. Let's go back and see what happened there.
91 and 14 collected.
Yep, that seems to be the, we've seen this. This is,
Well, Rick, I don't want to say I called it spot on, but I think I called that spot on.
yeah.
I mean, it's the lap after the restart where we see those cars just get uber loose, no matter where you are, right there on the track. You know, and it seems to happen when cars are in traffic as well. That's one thing that I've noticed. So the fact that the cars are in traffic, the air is light, people getting the air taken off the rear end of their car, all plays in to the factor of somebody spinning out. So unfortunate there for all those drivers, but we do stay green as Hermes Castro is leading Ryan Pittman by half a second, followed by Andrew Surwick, Alexander Schumacher, and Carly Barletta.
So involved in that incident was Freddie Durstock in the 5, Mike Slagter in the 14. Ty Bostic was also involved as well in the 22. Well, the 25 of Hermes Castro continues to show us the way here in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. We are on lap 116 of 200 here tonight. Well, under green flag conditions, we're going to take a break for our sponsor and run it in side by side. You won't miss any action. And we'll be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce. We want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
Okay, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. We are on lap 118. We are counting down to 200 laps here. We've got Hermes Castro continuing to show us the way. We've been through a number of pit stops and cautions. I've lost count. Is it 11, 12? I don't know. It's a bunch of cautions here, but and really the majority of those cautions, it's the dogleg. The dogleg has played havoc with these guys, and certainly it has impacted their ability to get around this track. All right, so that's Hermas Castro is currently showing in first. We'll bring up the our tower. You've got Ryan Pittman showing in second. Alexander Schumacher is right there nipping at his heels in the 68. Harley Barletta in the 81 is sitting currently in fourth. Ian Ogden is currently in fifth in the 21. The 11 of Joey Doucette is in sixth. Andrew Surwick is currently showing in seventh in the 43. Kublai in the 049 is just back there in eighth, and Zachary Allen is in ninth. Luke Bullard is in 10th. He has kept that car together, although he's had a couple of run-ins tonight, as pretty much as most drivers have. John Ledger is currently in 11th, and Pete Rudrum, the last car on the lead lap, is currently showing in 12th.
Sorry about that. I had a little connection here, if you want to say.
Okay, so I can barely hear you, John. So why don't you take care of your comeback, get your technical issue resolved. All right, we are at lap 122 of our scheduled 200. 79 laps to go here at Phoenix. We've seen a number of the same guys. Hermas Castro has run this track and run this race up front for a significant amount of laps here, followed by Ryan Pittman and Andrew Schumacher.
Mr. Souza, can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit better, for sure. A little technical difficulty?
Yes, sir. How about now?
A little better. DR sounding a little bit farther away. You will have to speak up for the viewers to listen.
How about now?
A little better.
Yeah, I'm trying to had a little bit of a Discord issue, so it decided to crash on me. So,
Oh, goodness. All right.
Unfortunate there. So we'll see if this mic is able to hold through. I'm going to be adjusting my settings, so apologies.
We'll do our best to bring you up in the sound levels. I'm sure the producer can fix that.
I'm sure you can. How about now, Rick?
Oh, much better. Here you are, back to your original levels. So great. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. What did I miss? Any costs? Anything?
You missed nothing. You missed nothing. So
Well,
we're
that's a good thing. That's a
yep.
good thing, though.
So we are at lap 125. We have 76 laps to go. Hermas Castro continues to show us the way, followed by Alexander Schumacher, Ryan Pittman, Harley Barletta, Ian Ogden, and that's your top five.
And by my calculations, Rick, it looks like there's going to be some green flag pending on if it's green here on lap 156 to 160.
Well, we've only got 11 cars currently showing on the lead lap. And frankly, that's just a matter of what the incidents that we've had and the challenges that this dogleg has confused these drivers.
It has, and it's been a pretty much a blanket statement that we've heard from every single driver. You know, the loose conditions have been what's caused the most of the incidents tonight. So we'll see if that corrects itself as the race goes on, as the 25 taps the wall there.
I'm sure that's the last thing he wanted to do, especially now.
Yeah, you definitely don't want any damage on that car as he's coming. It looked like he was coming down pit road for a second as low as he was getting right there on the track. But he is still leading around this number 68 machine. And now taking a lower approach. So Christopher Howell over on YouTube mentioned before that he was taking a little bit too much of an aggressive line in 1 and 2. And I believe Mr. Castro may have heard that. Now he's taking what seems to be a little bit more of a conservative line.
Well, if you're definitely looking to save some tires, that's the way to go. Dropping, as we said at the beginning of the broadcast, that transition from dropping off the racing surface onto the lower the flatter area of the apron / dogleg, and then coming back up on the racing surface will incrementally begin to chip away at the health of those tires.
Yes, it will, and we've seen that tonight. So we'll see how this plays out. But you have a bow tie leading a horse right now in first and second, but that horse is slowly closing the gap. Alexander Schumacher in P2, Harley Barletta in P3, Ryan Pittman in fourth, and Ian Ogden there in fifth. But as you can see, those 11-11 cars always seem to find their way up to the end, or up to the front of the race by the end of the race. So we'll see what happens as you can see three of them in the picture right there.
That's the third place driver of Harley Barletta. You got Ryan Pittman there in a 11-11 sandwich with Ian Ogden and the 11 car of Joey Doucette. All right, we'll jump back to the seventh place car. That's Andrew Serwick. We heard from Andrew for a few moments in the broadcast during that caution flag. And behind Andrew is the 24 of Zachary Allen, who has made his way back up to the lead lap.
And that's what I was saying, Rick. You know, it may play out for that number 24 machine. You know, he has been involved in a few incidents. That car does get loose at times, but he has been able to fight his way back up to the front here on the lead lap after multiple incidents. So we'll see what he's able to do. In that HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, there's Kublai Salen there, and the only Audi entry in the field tonight, followed by Luke Bullard there.
Luke Bullard, that happened to be the 13 of Austin Armstrong. That pink car that's in between them. He's a lap or so down. Behind them in the 11th spot is the 19 car of John Ledger. That's another 11-11 driver. Back here in the final car on the lead lap, he's 11. Behind him, you've got the 1 of Pete Woodrum, and you've got Marco Berube. Oh, a little bit loose there, Pete. You got the Marco Berube in the 99. And behind him, I think you got the 14 of Mike Slagner. Mike was involved in that previous incident. That kind of maybe shuffled him back a bit. All right, let's head back up front to our leader. There's a bit of a challenge here with Alexander Schumacher, who has caught the tail of Hermas Castro, as we all were speculating that Hermas was driving a bit more conservatively, and in that process may have left himself open a bit to a run from Alexander Schumacher.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like that 68 is better right now. But that 25 seems to be able to keep up with him a little bit more, and it looks every time he goes by, it looks like he taps that wall. But what a cool angle we got right there, a head-on shot of those drivers coming right down there into technically turn 1, as the 68 is going to try to set up the 25 again. This 68 is looking to basically get a good run off of 1 and 2 to get down into this portion of the track, which is technically turn 3. To be able to power off through the start-finish line and carry that momentum all the way around. And it looks like he's going to try it again right on the tail end of that 25 machine. We'll see if he backs it off a little bit, gets the run, and then maybe sweeps down to the bottom, which is what has been working for that number 68 machine. Oh, 25's loose. Leaves the high side open, blocks. Here comes the 68 down low. 25 shuts the door on him.
Dangerous track to try and pull a block for sure.
That 25 gave him a lot of time right there going high, but able to keep the lead. But as this has all been playing out, look who's joined the party up front. Harley Barletta, that 81 machine, looking to do some wonders here tonight, as he is looking to pass that number 68 machine of Schumacher side by side.
Oh,
contact.
Little close. They held it off. Harley's been pretty masterful at saving his tires throughout this race. Here we are now at lap 140 of 260 laps to go.
Oh, 68 got really loose.
The 81 was able to slide up under the 68 and take over P2.
Yes, he does. Now he is looking to get Hermes Castro in his grasp to take the lead again. Bobby Gibson out there says, let me climb out of this car and walk to the grandstands and get me a hot dog and a glass of Miss Johnson's sweet tea. That sounds pretty good now, Rick. Bobby, go ahead and do that there, sir. Give me one while you're at it and throw it up in the broadcast booth. So we'll be here. Anyways, as we are looking on right there, there's the Berletta chasing the 25 machine of Hermes Castro, who has been one of the biggest movers of the race tonight, up now 18 positions all the way up to P1.
Well, the field is kind of spread out. We have a graphic that would show just how spread out this field is. Let's bring that up. As you can see, we've pretty much got the entire field of our lead lap cars and lap cars are spread out all the way around this track. There's a little gap right now, about a straightaway between the leader of the 25 and that 19 car at the very tail end. That's John Ledger. So John's got about one straightaway before he's going to start seeing that nose of that 25 or that 81 of Harley Barletta. We'll see what happens here up front.
If whoever is able to be out front there. Christopher Howell says, let's go AJM, Average Joe Motorsports. So we'll see if an AJM car is able to bring home the win tonight. See if they're able to do it. So right now you got Harley Barletta there. He is looking at every possible opportunity to take this lead from that 25 machine. Good run through the corner. He's going to definitely have a run right now going into turn technically 3, I think, or turn 2. However, they just, whatever, still not used to this new configuration. I believe that would be turn 3. Yeah, it actually is turn 3. So we'll see what this 81 machine is going to be able to do. The 68 has fallen back into the grasp of another car right there. I believe that is the
Ian Ogden. That's the 21.
21, but here comes, that's close. Here comes Harley Barletta. Barletta is not letting up at all here on the 25. But Harley better get a move on because his teammate's right behind him there, Ian Ogden. So when we know Ian Ogden knows how to work his way through this Phoenix racetrack. You can see right here riding along board there with Mr. Barletta.
There was somebody who had spun on the pit, I think. I'm not sure. Someone had spun on the entry into pit road. That may have been the 19 car of John Ledger, but I'm not sure just who had spun.
Couldn't tell, but looking along board right now, look at those beautiful Phoenix hills all around this wonderful mile racetrack. It's a beautiful track. One that would be cool to see a race, but you can see him right there dropping down to that lower groove, keeping his car, in the forward pointing position. That is where you want to be. It's so easy to get loose here, and you see that 20 to the wall, get a little loose, it's going to waste. Those tires are going to be not very happy if he keeps on doing that there, Rick.
Nope, those tires are about 46 laps old, give or take a yellow flag or so.
Jerry Botto says, new paint looks awesome, Herm. Don't scratch it or it's coming out of your pay. So, Mr. Castro, you guys better watch out there, sir. You don't want to dirty that paint. It's a very fantastic looking paint scheme there for the 25. Right now we are about 6 to 10 laps away from my expected pig green flag stops. There goes Pete Woodrum. He is not on the lead lap. He is now regathered one of his laps down, so that's why he is so much faster. But what that's going to do is that's going to open up the door for the Harley Barletta Gonna look down to the bottom side of the track again. Doesn't really get much there, but he is starting to just chip away very slowly at this lead, staying at the back doorstep of the number 25.
So we've had Luke Bullard and Zachary Allen who came in down pit road. They've got their change. That's probably good till the end of the race. And we expect to see more drivers on pit road.
That's a good move, because if these leaders stay out, that gap is going to close very, very quick as we see the 25 get loose again. Right there is Harley's, coming up. And we've already seen the lap times can differ pretty much about 1.5 seconds a lap, maybe even 2 seconds. So the longer that these leaders stay on the track, the closer that number 3 of Luke Bullard and the 24 of Zachary Allen is going to get. It's 25 is very loose right now. Here comes Harley Barletta on the inside. Is he going to make the move? He does. 25 is still there, though. They're going to battle side by side coming out of turn 4. Harley Barletta, I can't even tell. That was too close to call, Rick. I don't know who led that.
I think we had a spin. I think Andrew Schumacher was involved in something. I don't want to go away from this battle at the front, but we'll try to go back to that incident at some point, because your new leader is Harley Barletta, who has made his way around the 25 of Hermas Castro.
He has. And looking back, you can see you have both 1111 Veteran Project cars right there in second and third. So right now, Hermas Castro is a sitting duck. It looks like his car has completely gone away from him.
Yep, that's Ian Ogden underneath, and you've got Joey Doucette behind him. You're completely...
81 got way too high there, which is going to put the lead. Actually, is that the 19 of John Ledger? That was. Okay. That was the 19 of John Ledger that just went by the 81. That's why he looks so much faster.
Yeah, but you've got the 21 of Ian Ogden currently showing in second, Hermas Castro in third, and Joey Doucette is in fourth. So 11-11 is 1-2-4 at this point.
And we'll see. I'm projecting 156, and here comes the leaders.
That's awful fast. But
I think he got it, because that cone is right there, as you can see at the top of the screen. So you could do that. Very risky, but you can. But looks like on lap 154, going on lap 155, 2 laps shy of what my estimated time was there, Rick. They're going to come down pit road.
Let's go ahead and jump up to let's see if we can see anything on that incident that we saw with Andrew Schumacher.
It looks like he's trying to make his way down pit road. Oh, a little loose.
And that's the 08 of Pittman.
Ryan Pittman had to back out. His strategy was completely skewed there, because he was planning on coming down pit road, but he had to avoid the number 68 machine to not get involved in an incident there. So we'll see how that affects his race.
All right, you're seeing finally we're able to look at that replay, and they're just coming off pit road. That's the 21 of Ian Ogden.
And they should be good to go to the end of the race.
That's correct. So back up front and by himself, Hermas Castro is currently making his way around this track. Hermas just pitted last on lap 102, so we expect to see him down pit road any moment. And he, the longer he stays out, that's the 11 car that just made us Joey Doucette, who dirt tracked it into pit road.
And that's the risk that you play, is this car is so loose on the long run that if you try to go down pit road, you have a very high possibility of spinning out. So we'll see how long this 25 machine does stay out there. I mean, my projections, he could stay out there another.
Nope, here he goes. He's
laps,
coming down now. Yep. Oh, slow down.
Move.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of tire smoke there as he was jamming on the brakes there to get down pit road.
So this is right in that window that I thought people would start coming down, and it fits perfectly for this number 25 machine. We'll see what he's able to do. This is going to put Andrew Surwick up in the lead.
Andrew's got the same pit window. I think he's maybe have about 2 or 3 laps better than what we saw with Hermas Castro.
But here he comes. Good pit entrance.
Yep. We've got Andrews on pit road. We've got Hermas Castro. We've got Marco Berube is also on pit road as well. So we're seeing us shuffling a bit, and we'll get it sorted out and get that new order to you once we can. Once iRacing gives us that scoring pylon. So interestingly enough, you've got the 049 leading right now, and he'll lead a lap.
He will. Add
Now,
that to a bonus point in the bonus point column for him as he makes his way back down pit road.
So that being said, pretty much everybody has made their necessary pit stops. I think I don't believe there's anybody else out on the track at this point that needs to pit. We've taken care of this round of pit stops around lap 160. And what that means is there are 40 laps to go and no scheduled pit stops.
Nope, they should be making it to the end. And right now there's a
25 tagged the wall.
Any damage on the right side of that car? I mean, it looks a little bit by the door. Oh, a little loose. Keep it straight. But what this is going to do, this is going to put Ian Ogden out in the lead. Whoa, that's close.
Yeah, that was the 89 of Paul Valenstein that they kind of did a crossover move on as he got around him to come back out. Paul is keeping it going. He is actually due for a pit stop any time.
Andrew Serwick is now on pit.
That's interesting.
Wonder if he had a penalty.
Yeah, he may have. We'll see it. We'll get a feel for it when the timing counts it down. We'll see how it goes. But my guess is that he may have gotten a speeding penalty. And unfortunately, that's a long 40 seconds on this track to sit in your pit box.
But, you know, something that's very interesting, we saw that 68 spin. Look where he is. He's in third. Right there battling with the leaders. So that spin didn't really affect him very much at all, as he's able to battle with the two 11 Veteran Project drivers who are now going to battle for the lead. Harley Barlow looking to the inside of his teammate there. Don't look too far back, guys. At 68, he's been out front all race long. He is looking to get back to the lead with Ryan Pittman and Joey Doucette rounding out your top 5 as these two guys continue to battle. A lap car coming up here, I believe. That's the 14 of Mike Slasker.
That 68 knows there's only 36 laps to go, and he's not content with just sitting back there. He's trying to find his way back to the front.
I don't blame him, because those two drivers up front definitely know how to make their way around this track. So I'd rather be out front than trailing here at Phoenix. 166 of 200 complete. We thank you for tuning in tonight to the Tech4Troops Phoenix.
14 is loose.
Hold on to it there, buddy. I believe he was able to hold it down as we now approach 167, 34 to go. As I was saying, we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. So if you haven't already, make sure to give this broadcast a like and also to give us a subscribe as we're looking at the 14 drop down pit road. Obviously, going to repair that damage. And make sure to check out the Tech4Troops website and see what they are all about. Awesome organization that we've partnered along, as they are now the title sponsor for the Cup Series. We couldn't be happier to bring them on. Such a great organization, as well as all of our other sponsors: U-Haul Veteran, 1111 Veteran Project. You have Elite Performance Industries, and then hashtag Jimmy Strong. So a lot of great partners we got out there. But Rick, it's coming down to 30 to go, 33 to go rather. We have a huge battle for the lead right now between two teammates.
Absolutely. That's the 21 of Ian Ogden battling Harley Barletta in the 81. But don't look back. You've got Alexander Schumacher right there waiting to scoop up that position. And the 049, we don't want to miss that. Although Kublai is a lap down, he's trying to get his lap back.
Yeah, he is. Kublai there, I believe, is 1 lap down. So if there's a caution that comes out, you know, he would obviously be the lucky dog. But I don't think he wants to be the lucky dog. I think he wants to get his lap back. I don't blame him because the likelihood of a caution, somewhat higher than 50%, just based off of previous statistics. But we'll see what happens now as he is battling Schumacher there to try to get back on the lead lap. But right now, Harley Barletta is kind of settling out as the leader. Ian Ogden's backed off about 0.4 of a second. We'll see how that plays out throughout the rest of this race as we are now 30 to go.
Well, why don't we take this time to go side by side with our final commercial of the night, and we won't let you miss a bit of the action. You can stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce. We want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
Hello, my name is Amanda, and I support Tech4Troops.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. I'm your host, Rick Souza, here joined with my co-host, John DeRudris, with the IWM Broadcast Network, bringing you this race live here at Phoenix. We are on lap 173. We're counting down 28 laps to go. Are currently being shown the way by the 81 of Harley Barletta, followed closely by his teammate in the 21, Ian Ogden. Alexander Schumacher is currently showing in third. Joey Doucette, another 11-11 driver, is showing in fourth, and Ryan Pittman is currently in fifth.
In sixth, you have Hermas Castro. Luke Bullard there is in seventh. Kublai Salin there is in P8. John Ledger in ninth. And Pete Woodrum rounds out your top 10. You see Kublai get a little loose there, trying to get his lap back.
He's definitely using those tires as best he possibly can to drive and get that lap back, but that's hard to do with these guys. He's in good company up here up front.
He is, and with only 26 to go, he is definitely hoping for a caution to get back in this race. He definitely wants to pass that leader of Harley Barletta so he can, pick with the leaders. Because I have to say, if a caution comes out this late, you're going to want fresh tires no matter what. So
a number of guys are back on pit road. That's the 19 of John Ledger, the 14 of Mike Slagter on pit road. I think Mike Slagter getting some repairs made as well, but John Ledger's in the pits.
And there goes Mr. Kublai down to the bottom of Harley Barletta. Harley does not let him give it up, though. And here we go. Yep. Your newest driver that is back on the lead lap is Mr. Salin there.
All right, so that makes a total of 8 drivers who are currently on the lead lap. A bit of attrition here tonight.
It is. He may be stacked up by Pete Woodrum there in the one car.
I don't know why. Definitely may have not have seen him in his rearview mirror.
Here comes the leader, though, to the high side of Mr. Woodrum.
Currently, Pete Woodrum is now 2 laps down. He was fighting as best he could, Pete Woodrum, to hold on to that 1 lap down position, but he was not able to hold off the leaders. And for good reason. Pete last pitted on lap 143, so he's about 15 laps to the bad compared to some of these other guys. And here at Phoenix, tires matter.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. As we are approaching, under 20 to go here, coming up soon. And right now, it looks like Harley Barletta and Ian Ogden are kind of pulling away from Mr. Schumacher there in third. But anything can happen in 22 laps, so don't turn away. Don't turn off your phone, your computer, or don't shut down wherever you are watching this broadcast, because after the race, we are going to have driver interviews with the top 3 finishers, the podium drivers here tonight. We are going to interview all of them in the post-race show. So stay tuned for that, as right now, your leader, Harley Barletta, is slowly gaining on his teammate Ian Ogden there, ever so slightly every lap. Not too much, but not enough to where it's like, oh, he's checking out. But right now, it's a 2-car battle right now for P1.
So if you're taking a peek at that timing tower, you're seeing that top 10. You can see the 8th position is filled by the 049 of Kublai, and behind him 9th is 2 laps down, and 10th is also 2 laps down. So.
And the 049 car has very solid tires. He's been able to drive away from the leader, so he is not in any risk of going back a lap down.
No,
I don't believe.
I don't think so either. But at the same time, you can see his delta between the 81 of Harley Barletta and himself is around that 28 seconds, and it's really not improving much. Maybe a tenth or two, or it's just hard to make up. He really used up his stuff the best he could, just clawing back to get back on the lead lap.
I mean, he knows if a caution comes out, though, he will get the lucky dog no matter what, even if he goes the lap down.
Well, he's not the. Well, that's fair. Yeah, right now he's. I think that I'm not sure we'll get a lucky dog at this point with that driver. Well, they will get back on the lead lap, but I guess Marco Berube would be that.
Oh, a little loose. 21 of Ogden. Looks like he saved it, though. But yes, I think Berube would be technically the lucky dog as long as Kublai stays in front of the leader. So, Kublai is really just hoping for a caution right now to get back to that front pack. But right now, it looks like the 21 car may have gotten a little loose and worn those tires out quite a bit, because he's starting to fall back ever so slightly.
So we're kind of walking back through the back of the field. We're in 4th position. You got Hermas Castro, who's currently showing back here in 4th. Dropping back behind him in the 5th position is the 68 of Alexander Schumacher. We saw him leading for many laps tonight. Alexander had a small incident on pit road, but has made his way back up. He last pitted on lap 150. Ryan Pittman in the 08 is currently showing in 6th place. Luke Bullard in that classic Sundrop paint is back here in 7th. And then, as we were just talking about, the 049 of Kublai back here in 8th.
I've been watching these deltas really quick, Rick, and it looks like the 25 has been able to pick up a little bit on the leaders.
I'm not surprised. That seems to be what we've seen. I will jump back up to Hermas Castro here in 4th. We've seen him do that in other races. He kind of bides his time and works his way back up to the front.
I mean, he's cut down a half a second just this lap alone.
Little bobble there.
Yep, but he's looking to get around Joey Doucette. And I don't know if he'll be able to catch the leaders, because he has to basically make up over 0.3 of a second every lap. But he may put up a little bit of a fight, because look at him just driving to the corner right there. I mean, he definitely has, a little bit better tires than the 11. Not able to get that run off, but if he gets by the 11 car here soon, he may be able to get those leaders in his grasp.
Well, as you said, he's got to make up about 3/10 a lap with just 12 laps to go. We'll see how
he
far
got by the 11.
He sure did.
I mean, just look at how much farther he's able to drive into the corner. Yeah, granted, he loses some, but he also can drive it better. Now it's cut down to 3.3 seconds, Rick. Tags the wall.
Yeah, we're watching him claw his way back up. All right.
This may be a little interesting. We'll see. We'll see if he's able to make it up.
So we're down to 11 laps to wrap up this Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. You're a leader. Harley Barletta right now in the 81, running up front, followed by Ian Ogden in P2. And what we were just talking about and watching is Hermas Castro, who has tried his best. In fact, he's now nearly just 3 seconds back of that leader, under 3 seconds. That was pretty amazing. He made up a ton in that lap.
And you know, don't count out the 21 machine. The 21 was 1.3 seconds back, and now he is now under a half a second back from his teammate there. So the 21 is looking to make a late race surge on his teammate. He probably has the best chance to get around.
Oh, a car's in the wall. That's the 11.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
oh, we got to restart.
Yes, we do. And, okay, this should be interesting. Let's go back and see just what happened to Luke. I think we all can probably guess.
So he was sideways out of 3 and 4. Tries to keep it off the inside wall. Then tries to keep it off the outside wall. And it just doesn't work.
Well, the good news is that he was not able to. No one else got collected in that incident. Although a few drivers were just flying by him, but he was able to stay safe. But well, here's interesting: Harley Barletta, Ian Ogden, Hermas Castro, Joey Doucette, Alexander Schumacher are on pit road. Ryan Pittman as well. This is going to be a shootout now.
I mean, I agree. I mean, if you stay out here, I just don't agree with that. I mean, there's 7 cars on the lead lap. Everybody that is on the lead lap came down pit road. I mean, it's the move of the race. Now, what's going to be interesting is we're probably going to get green flag with like 5 to go, Rick. When we come around, that next time after the green flag has been waved, I'm going to say it again. Like I said all race, pay attention to the dog leg. Oh, was that a 2-tire stop?
Yep, that was a 2-tire stop by Harley Barletta.
I don't like that, though.
Ian Ogden and everybody else was a 4-tire stop. What does it gain you? Everybody else is getting 4 tires. I'm not sure that's going to work for him, but you know, that's his call. That's his decision, and the race will tell the story.
I mean, it will. I mean, he was already out front, and if everybody else took 4, unless he was trying to counter and thought everybody else was going to take 2.
Yep.
I mean, you know, that's why I can understand that move. But right now, it looks like he may be a little bit of a sitting duck, because that means he is going to have over 50 laps on this set of tires on the left side, so right around 45 to 50 laps. So, interesting move there. We'll see if it pays off for Mr. Barletta. But right now, your top 7 cars you're on the lead lap. You have Harley Barletta P1, Ian Ogden P2, Joey Doucette's in 3rd, Alexander Schumacher in P4, Ryan Pittman in 5th, Hermas Castro in 6th, and in Kubale there, the guy that was talking about trying to get his lap back, he is already back in this race there in P7, and that is your lead lap cars tonight. So any 7 of those drivers, Rick, can win the race.
Yeah, we've got a report that possibly that Hermas Castro may have incurred a speeding penalty on pit road, so we'll pay attention to that. That's unfortunate with this many laps to go. He's going to wind up sitting for 40 seconds in a hold. So, well, that we're about to go back to green flag racing. I'm hoping these cars will get some wave rounds and we'll clear that. They're going to stay. Oh, yeah, there's a wave round. Okay, so those guys are getting the wave round. We're going back to green flag racing. Lights are off on top of our pace car. We've got 5 laps to go. 4 laps will be left at the start finish line, and maybe we can finish this one in regulation.
Well, we'll see. I mean, these cars are going to get loose on the second lap. We've seen it all race long, Rick. We'll see who's able to get this done here tonight at Phoenix in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. Better get on your feet because this is going to be an electrifying 5 lap. As you see those 11-11 Barletta, Ogden. Here we go. Green flags out. 4 laps to go.
That's the 68 of Andrew Schumacher right on the tail of that 11-11-21.
Yeah, here we go. Alexander Schumacher.
Harley Barletta holds that lead. Ian Ogden is right on his tail. The 68 is just behind him on the outside. Got Joey Doucette there as well, currently sitting in 4th. The 68 is challenging the 21 for that P2 position.
Kubla is loose.
Kubla is loose. Still spinning.
Caution. There it is.
All right, well, you know the drill, folks. That means that we've got a green-white checker to finish this race out. We'll have a caution here with these drivers. Maybe we can try and reach Mr. Ogden and see what this strategy is. Let's see if we can raise Joey Doucette. I think that he may have he's right there. Let's see what his thoughts are. Joey, it's Rick and John in the booth. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
So, what's your thoughts here?
I really have no clue. I'm gonna go for the win and try, but I mean, Alex has been top all night long. Harley and Ian have been up here for majority of the race too. Just trying to get around them as clean as I can and fast as I can, and hopefully bring another W or either top 3. I just don't want to wreck the thing.
Well, we've seen the challenges that dog leg and this setup has definitely played tonight. So.
Yeah, Alex is probably on the restart. I think every single restart that he started on the inside line is going to take that dog leg, so we got to be careful about that and how far he comes up. But other than that, I think we have a good chance.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for joining us, and good luck.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was Joey Doucette in the number 11 car. He is currently showing in 4th.
You know, and he has already brought home multiple wins this season. Already won twice here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. So, could we get another victory? That means he would win half of the races, Rick. Is Joey the one to beat this season? It kind of seems like it.
Certainly looks that way. As these races trip off, we've seen some great racing, great driving by these 11-11 cars. They certainly have a handle on these.
They definitely do. And right now, Joey Doucette is shown in P4. So we'll see if he's able to bring home another victory, or maybe Harley Barletta brings home his first victory.
Let's see if we can raise Harley real quick. Hey, Harley, it's John and Rick in the booth. Can you hear us?
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen?
We're good. How are you doing out there?
Not too bad. I wish I had another beer, but I do not.
Well, go ahead, John.
I would say, well, Harley, what's your game plan here? As you should be getting one to go this next time by.
I don't really have short run speed, so I'm gonna try and block the bottom here and do all I can do there. That's realistically all I can do because the only run is gonna come on the bottom in the corner. They might be able to get it on the outside, but I'll be there.
Well,
maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, you got a good pusher behind you. You know that 68 wants to get to the front too. So we'll see what happens. But good luck out there tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you in the post-race show.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you.
All right, good luck. All right, that was your leader. We're lights are off on the pace car. It's about to drop off the track. We're about to go back to green here with our first green-white checker.
First of potentially many there, Rick. We'll see what happens. As you see, Ryan Pittman, he's got a victory this season. See if he's able to do anything. He is on a lead lap.
Hermas Castro is able to get back out there. He is still on the lead lap, even though he had a penalty to serve.
Here we go.
Back to green.
Flag is out, and here comes a 68 already to the bottom, Rick. He pulls out, and he's going to be the leader.
Huge. Hang on.
What a move by the 68.
Alex Schumacher took that dog leg masterfully and made it around. Hermas Castro is definitely trying to get around as he tries to move up. We're about to take the white flag here. Final lap here at Phoenix.
Oh, it's going to get loose right there. Hold on to it, guys. Alexander Schumacher we're sideways. Everybody drove it into the corner way too hard. Everybody was trying to get as much as they could.
Oh, that's the 08 of Ryan Pittman.
Ryan Pittman. We may see some more carnage as we now go down into turn 3 and 4. Alexander Schumacher's going to win tonight at Phoenix.
Ian Ogden will take P2. Joey Doucette will take P3. Harley Barletta should be in 4th. Hermas Castro worked his way back up to 5th. And I'm not quite sure. We'll see what the pylon brings up for you after that.
What a move by Mr. Schumacher there. I mean,
That's the wreckage of the 08 as they pass Mr. Pittman.
I mean, that was just an incredible move. I mean, he timed it perfectly, got down, below the dog. I mean, he was basically against that wall, and he was able to come out of that dog leg as the leader.
Well, we heard about that right there in the from the driver. He was worried that he was going to take that low line through the dog leg, and not only did he do it successfully, he capitalized it for a win.
He did. He was able to keep his car in the right direction as well. So your winner tonight, Mr. Alexander Schumacher.
All right, let's run through our finishers here as we watch Alex celebrate. All right, in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200, Alexander Schumacher is your winner. Ian Ogden is in P2. Joey Doucette is in 3rd. Harley Barletta finishes 4th. Hermas Castro finishes 5th. And Kublai finishes 6th.
Ryan Pittman there finishes in 7th. He is the first car lap down. Bullard there in 8th. Marco Berube there in 9th. And rounding out your top 10, Andrew Serwick. In 11th, Pete Woodrum. Rodney Uberpacker is in P13. Paul Valenstein is in P14. P13. John Ledger is in 14th. And Mike Slatker rounds out your top 15.
Brad Previtt finishes 16th. Zachary Allen in 17th. Austin Armstrong in 18th. We've got Ty Bostic finishing in 19th, and then Freddie Durstock is in 20th. Bobby Gibson finishes in 21st. Sean Schupman in 22nd. David Watts in 23rd. Eric Olva rounds out the field in 24th. All right, so stay
Right.
tuned. We've got some driver interviews coming up. Let's go and pick up Mr. Joey Doucette, who finishes in third. Let's bring him into the broadcast booth. Joey, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
That was a, there was a lot of foreshadowing there about Alex, and clearly that dog leg was paid off for him.
Yeah. Like I said before that last restart, he's just, it's risky, but he made it work all night long. So congratulations to Alex tonight. But that's what started it all, kind of thing, is people were learning the track and not having enough practice on it to be like, oh, I can save it under the air. But the car's different here. I raced here back early February, and the car is completely different. I don't know what it is about if it's the setup or not, but that dog leg used to be good and you could hold it. Now you can't, barely.
Well, we saw you guys, and all your team has been strong, definitely here tonight. But certainly, congratulations on your finish. And any shout outs tonight?
Average Joe's, the team, Ian with a great finish at second, Harley, John had a little bit of bad luck tonight. Chris, he's not here, he's on vacay. He's the one that brought me along for 1111 Veteran Project. iRacing Warrior Motorsports, and Tech4Troops, they're new. So shout out to them for coming along. Just family and friends that support me doing this. You guys, Elliot, everybody that makes this thing go. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have this great league that we're a part of.
Well, we certainly appreciate you. That's Joey Doucette finishing in third place tonight. Thanks again, Joey.
Thanks. You guys have a great night.
You too. All righty. Let's see if we can bring in our second place finisher, a teammate of Mr. Joey Doucette, Ian Ogden.
All right, let's see what we can get here. Ian, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Hey, thank you. I'm racking up these second place finishes.
Well, there are worse places to finish for sure, but
no doubt.
Yeah, we were talking to Joey as well prior to the start of that green flag finish, and he kind of forewarned us that Alex has been so hot on making it through that dog leg, and gosh, he sure showed us.
Yeah, we definitely knew that was coming. There's no way to block that without being too aggressive, and we don't want to do that. There's enough torn up race cars in this race.
Yeah, we certainly have seen a bit of carnage tonight, more so than typical. But
Yep.
Heck of a race. You made your way back up there and stayed up there for a lot of laps.
Yeah, it was good. I think we might have won the race if we didn't get that last caution, but we'll take it. Lots of attrition out there tonight, so able to fight back through all of that was good, and see what next week holds.
For sure. Alrighty. Well, any shout outs or thanks you'd like to give tonight?
Yeah, obviously, I mentioned it every broadcast, 1111 Veteran Project. They are pretty awesome. They help us a lot. Racing for Heroes, a veteran nonprofit that uses motorsports therapy. My teammates, Joey, Harley, Chris, who's absent tonight, John Ledger, who is going to be late for work. But we really appreciate him coming out and racing with us. It was a good night for us. So
great. Congratulations on your P2 finish, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, that was your second place finisher, Ian Ogden, and we're looking to bring in the number 68 driver, Alex Schumacher. Alex, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going great. Congratulations on your finish. That was absolutely that a great way to shoot ahead and on that restart. Take us kind of through your thought process. You've been great on that dog leg all night.
Yeah, so that dog leg it claims a lot of victims. It's very sketchy, and I had a lot of close calls during the race. In fact, my race itself was just so. Every single green flag stop I made, I spun out in the process. I just want to point that out. So I managed to make up at that much time, I guess, and luckily for the cautions. So I didn't make one successful stop under green per se. So just kind of having that in my mind and keep making the same mistake over and over again. The only thing I knew was I was just fast, and I put myself in a position where I knew there was enough lap cars in front of us. So when we all came down pit road, we weren't really losing or gaining positions. So I came down and made the stop for 4. With that 5 to go little sprint we had, I just needed to maintain my spot. I just put myself on the inside, which is exactly what I did. That caution flew at the perfect time for me. So lining up on the inside there, talking to the other guys, they knew exactly what I was going to do, which is use what's available for me. And they were expecting me to use that from the start. Knowing that their teammates, they were going to do everything they could to get around me. But I did not expect to clear them going into 1 at all. I can certainly tell you, I looked in my mirror and kind of just literally just had a brain fart moment where I was just kind of like, did I just do that? Or you know what I mean? Like, because another thing too is I waited until the start finish line to go under. So it wasn't like I went below 30 meters before, or way beforehand before they even took the green. So even then I was just surprised, like, even if I'm the leader, I'm just going to cover off whoever's behind me no matter what. I'm going to go, if they're hitting the pit road cone, I'm going to go even more below them. So the fact that they gave me that much room just surprised me, and I guess I wasn't ready for it in the best way. So seeing them fight behind me and just drive away after having such a chaotic race. I know I started first, but there were a lot of other faster guys here who just absolutely destroyed me in some aspects. So, with having to deal with them, racing them, and factor and tire wear, which the setup was just not very good at all for very long runs. I know we had a bunch of tomfoolery in the beginning of the race, but for some of the warriors out here who, hold out in their tires because they're trying to make a fuel strategy work, it was just a nightmare. I was sliding no rear grip whatsoever. In fact, at the beginning of the race, I was shifting, entering 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And towards the end of the race, I wasn't doing anything at all. So you could kind of see where the confidence slowly went away after making so many oh crap moments coming off the corner, or, thinking, is this hurting my tires? I mean, it is faster, but it's just like, at what cost, right? So I definitely had to relearn how to drive the car, give it a lot more respect with the rear, back up my corners a ton, and just make sure not to spit out on pit road next time. It'll come and get you. It's a fast one, dude. It'll bite you. It got me twice.
I mean, it was just a phenomenal race by you, and that move. I mean, Rick and I were shocked too that you cleared the field. I mean, we were like, oh, he's gonna go low, and the next thing you know, you're out front by not just a little bit. I mean, you cleared them.
It's 10 car lengths.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane. Definitely move of the race there. So shout out to you. Shout out for your win here tonight in the Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. Anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to tonight before we sign off?
Can you guys turn on your my camera loud? I just want to give a shout out to my dog. He's been sitting here the whole time. So,
yeah, I'm not sure we can bring that up in the broadcast, but
dang it! But shout out to my dog. He's been sitting behind me the whole time, and he didn't move once. So I have faith in him for watching the whole race. So I guess shout out to some of my friends: Riley, Sam, Francisco, Jonathan, Mike, everyone with the Spider Racing and RKR crew. And I'm coming here as a free agent, but it's just, coming in here and driving for yourself and kind of making a name of yourself. This is only my second start here, so it's very, very, I'm still learning on the job with a lot of people. I don't know what their tendencies are and what, their agenda is coming to the end of the race. So just to come in here and kind of, I wouldn't say walk it off, but just kind of make a lot of mistakes and still come away with the win is just an unbelievable feeling. So Yeah, so shout out to my dog, shout out to my friends, and thanks you guys for the broadcast. I'm sure it was a blast. I can't wait to watch it tonight. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
Well, congratulations. All right, that is your winner tonight, Alexander Schumacher, in his both on the pole and on the podium. So.
Yeah, I mean, an impressive run from him. And you know what a move. I mean, it was definitely the move of the race, Rick. And all I gotta say is it was definitely an eventful one to watch here tonight with this Tech4Troops Phoenix 200. Tune in next week as we go to the but so fun Richmond Raceway, as we are now going to be going into a little bit of a short track stint, really quick, going from Richmond to Nashville to Indianapolis. So, you know, Rick, Richmond's always a fun race. A lot of tire strategy there as well, and another tricky pit road to get on.
Absolutely. In fact, interestingly enough, Richmond is the headquarters of our new sponsor. So Tech4Troops is headquartered out of the Virginia area. So we're looking forward to be back at our sponsor's hometown. So thanks again to you, John, for joining us here in the booth, and to all the drivers. We thank them for participating, and obviously to our sponsor, Tech4Troops, and the Tech4Troops Cup Series. I'm Rick Souza, and thank you for joining us.
Have a good one, guys.
Good night.